My Japanese black pine are well into their second flush of growth already this summer. I cut them about a month earlier than I normally would. It was pretty warm here in Michigan. You could probably wait even until now or maybe another week or so, and you'd still be okay to do it. But in Michigan, I want to give them plenty of time to recover and let that flush of growth grow out. What this flush of growth is going to do will give me smaller needles and will start forming some branches on these trees. I probably could have plucked a good number of the longer needles last fall, but sometimes we miss steps. This specific black pine is probably the furthest along. If you look close, you can sort of see a lot of branches starting, and the needles are quite a bit smaller than the other trees. I left candles on a couple. You can see here, this is one of them, because at the time I thought I might have a use for it, and I probably will. I can bend it down later in the year, but in retrospect, maybe I should have just taken it off. But you can see here more closely, like that's a cut site, and that tree responded well. It sent out, I think there's like eight buds there. Same with this. I think there's 3 candles I removed. So in maybe a week, maybe 2 weeks, I'll start removing some of these buds. Ideally, you want 1 or 2 at each spot that you decandled. So for example, the pine that had 7 or 8 buds, I'll clip away 6. I'll leave the 2 strongest buds. This is the older tree. It's hard to see, but I removed tons of candles from this tree. And this one I did in steps, actually. I took most of them off because some weren't ready, and then when those were ready, I clipped those, which is fine. It's basically letting the tree catch up. The weaker buds will grow out. These trees are a lot older and bigger. These need a lot of work yet. I decandled them. Next year I'll probably cut them back a lot and get rid of all these needles. I think I want to point out that I always wanted small trees. You wouldn't do a lot of this right now with small trees like this if you wanted really big trees. But that was never really the idea. I'd like to keep all of these fairly small, probably under 8 inches or so. Anyway, I hope this was informative, and thanks for watching.